Welcome to Poems by Yas, and this is episode 16. If you're new to my channel, each week I share a poem and I share a personal story about myself or somebody I know, and then I give tips on the topic. So today's topic is time management, and my poem is called Time Goes By. So for the story, I'm going to tell an interesting story about a family where their kids are in the NFL and how hard they work to get to where they are. And the personal story I'm going to tell is about planning. It's always difficult to plan, and I'm going to share tips on planning. So I'm going to share how I planned my son's birthday party. So we did the birthday party at Taekwondo and it turned out really great. So I'm going to share those tips. So I'm first going to start with my poem, Time Goes By. We think we have all the time in the world to do the things we hope to do, such as accomplishing our goals and living our dreams. Time is so precious and the days go by so fast. We need to set aside time to enjoy life, relaxation and leisure activities, keeping up with our daily functions, managing our time to cook, clean, and take care of our daily necessities, while determining our priorities. Working in a job to help us pay for our expenses and manage the everyday life that we live, while managing our health, friendships, and livelihood. In the poem, I talk about accomplishing our goals and achieving our dreams because we have many tasks that we have to do. But first, I'm going to start with an extraordinary story about how a family's reached their goals. Two sons made it to the NFL, but they didn't get there by chance. They worked extremely hard. The father, Mr. Brown, he was a former Mr. Universe and 3-time Mr. World in the 1980s. So he was a bodybuilder, and he trained his kids when they were young. For example, one of the sons, when he was 9 years old, could bench press 95 pounds. So the father knew proper technique. They say kids shouldn't be lifting that much weight, but the father was trained and he made his own protein shakes for the children, a healthier version. So he knew what he was doing. And their goal was to one day be in the NFL. So they worked very hard. They set a routine. So every morning they would wake up very early. They would do rigorous exercises. And the father also trained them in football. And they are both receivers, and they were also very academic. So the mother played a very good role in this because the mother spoke German to them at home. So the kids spoke English and German, and they went to French school, and they got the top marks at school. So the mother and father both taught them a different routine. So they got used to this routine, and their memories were very good academically because it was practice. So the mother would practice teaching them. So when you're organizing your day and time management and trying to get all the things that you need to be done, you practice. So they practiced very hard. They barely missed a day of their routine, and now they're in the NFL and they achieve their dreams and goals. So if they can do it, I know it's a very extreme case, we can achieve our goals too. We just have to start very small. So when we have tasks that we have to do, don't look at all the tasks that we have to do. Prioritize for the tasks that are the most important and try and accomplish them. And write down a list of the things that you need to do, and that can help you accomplish some of the things you need to do. And also delegate some tasks. You can't do all your tasks in your day by yourself. If you need help, ask people for help. Ask your friends or hire somebody that can help you organize, and that can save you time because you need to get things done. Sometimes you can't get it done alone. Time management is a very important topic. I know everybody is busy. Don't let time pass you. If you have things to do, you got to try and push yourself to get it done. You got to set your mind to the stuff that you have to do. I'm going to give an example of how I planned a birthday party. So when you are planning a party, you don't have to worry. You can do things last minute. As long as you get things done, that's all that matters. But it's easier if you do some things ahead of time to make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to tell you about how I planned my son's 4th birthday party. He's turning 7, So I am planning another party, but I can tell you how his next party goes in a future video. The last 2 years, because of the pandemic, I didn't do such a big party. But his 4th birthday party was a Spider-Man themed party, and I did it at a taekwondo. So how I planned it was I put invitations for all the students in his class, and whoever wanted to come and the parents, they would let me know. So I gave them invitations and they could text me back if they were coming. So there were 40 guests at the birthday party. And I also looked to match everything. So whenever I have my party, I like to be matching. Spider-Man is red and blue, so that's what I looked for. And I also looked for deals. So my friend also helped me. She looked at Michael's, the Michael's store, and you can get coupons sometimes for 30% off or 40% off. So I got the bags, the favor bags, blue and red for the children. And I looked at Party City for different Spider-Man items. So you can get it, many different items in a package. And also I got a coloring book. So I put that in the package for the favor as well. And all the guests really liked it, because I didn't have so many items that were candy and the kids could use those items. And I like to color coordinate. And whenever I do parties now, I always like to do a balloon collage. At the time I didn't know how to do a balloon collage, but you can always look at YouTube videos for ideas. So my friend came and she helped me, so I did red and blue balloons. She helped me blow them up and attach them, and it worked out very good. And I had a backdrop. So most parties I do now, I just buy a banner on Amazon and I have it as the backdrop, and I do the balloon collage around it. And you can always learn to do some things yourself, like I made the cupcakes and the icing, and I made cake pops. So it might not be easy, or maybe you don't have time to make cake pops. I just thought it was interesting to learn to make it. So I tried a few times and then it started turning out. So I made the cake pops dark blue, and I bought from the dollar store like a craft where you can stick the cake pops in, and I put blue paper around, and I'm going to be showing you a picture of how I did that. And I ordered the cake. For the 4th birthday party, I did buy the cake, but future birthdays now I just make my own cakes, because now I learned how to do it. On my spare time, I decided to learn, and maybe in a future video I'll show you how I accomplished that. So when I did the birthday, I also looked for deals for pizza. So I ordered from Pizza Hut, and at the time they had buy one pizza, get another pizza for $5. So I ended up getting 10 pizzas for around $100. So 10 large pizzas for the birthday party. And I find Persian food to be very delicious, the rice and kebabs, and they're very affordable. So I got like a large tray of the rice and kebab and the chicken from a Persian restaurant, and the guests really loved it. So you can see in the picture that I have so much variety for the food. So you can see how I planned this birthday party. And everybody loved it, and that was one of the biggest birthday parties I planned, and it worked out. And I hope some of my tips will help you when you're planning your next birthday party. When you do plan a party, try not to get overwhelmed, because if you get overwhelmed, sometimes you can't accomplish things that you need to accomplish. Try and tell yourself everything is gonna work out, and if things don't, just ask for help, because you can last minute get somebody to help you, so that your guests have everything that they need. There's a concept called management of mental energy, and that means that when you wake up in the morning and you go to work, during the first hour and a half, you have the most energy and you can be the most efficient. So if you are self-employed or go to the office, during that first hour and a half, you can do your more difficult task and save your phone calls and tasks that require less mental energy for later in the day. They say it's not good to multitask. Try and do one task at a time and set a time limit for it. If that task is taking too long, maybe you want to do another task, because sometimes you have so many things you want to do, and if your task is not relevant, you can cross it off your list. If you write down a list of the tasks that you need to do, it can help you accomplish and see on paper what needs to be done, and it can help you complete it. If you have any suggestions of how people can manage their time, I'd like to hear about it. Write in the comments section what helps you manage your time during the day. For example, if I plan my meals ahead for my family and have an idea of what I'm going to cook in the morning, that makes it a little bit easier for me to plan my day because I have a routine. So I set my routine for the day. I take care of my baby, then I go pick up my son from school because my husband drops off my 6-year-old. He's almost turning 7. So my job is to pick him up, and then I take him to his activities in the evening, and then later I come home and I make dinner. So that's how I manage some of the time that I have. But I also have to manage doing the YouTube video, so I have to keep myself organized. So organization is very important for time management, because if you say you're going to do something and you need to get it done, you need to get things done on time. So I work ahead on my videos. I have 2 videos ahead, or I'll do 3 videos ahead, and every week I'll work on one, and I videotape when my son takes his nap. But I write out on a piece of paper ahead of time what I'm going to be talking about, and I read it over several times, and that's how I do my videos, and I have everything in a timely fashion so you can see what I'm going to be talking about. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, Poems by Yas, and next week I'm going to talk about enjoy the day and give tips on enjoying the day and relaxation. So join me next Sunday. Thank you.